Welcome to Insight into Independence, the official mortgage talk show brought to you by Independence Home Loans.
My name is Autumn, and I am an executive loan officer assistant.
Team lead.
Oh, team lead.
Team
That's right.
lead.
That's right. How could I forget?
From doing hair to now, do you think that there's any similarities in that kind of artistic background to what you do day to day here at IHL?
I think they can relate. Obviously, they're two totally different aspects of industries, but I think that maybe in a way of, okay, this doesn't work, like how could we get you to your goal?
What's your favorite kind of dynamic that you have with your team, if anything? Is there a lot of laughing going on? Is there a lot of like being unserious together, or is it like everything's serious from the time that you walk in? That's not the vibes that I get from you guys, so I would love to know like what a day kind of looks like.
We have fun, obviously, but I think it's more of like, as a team lead, like the people on my team and everybody, but I think that we all respect each other, but we all get our work done.
Can you just describe what an ELOA does for people that may not know? Because I think it's jack of all trades.
It is. It is. Honestly, anything that the bankers, processors, borrowers need help with. Obviously, we have like a set list of things that we do, but once those are kind of done, we kind of cruise through and make sure that go through and ask if we can help on anything else that, may not be a part of our agenda, and then just to get it closed. But honestly, anything. Documents,
anything.
Yes. I like my people.
Yay.
They're so cute.
Your borrowers are cute.
Yeah.
And just talking to them, you're like, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
What are those calls like? How does that go?
And most of them, I feel like you can be like a real human with them, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's business, I'm not sitting there chit-chatting with them, you know what I mean? But it's nice when they're like, treat you as a human, They're not just like, okay, business, But I think, they get overwhelmed. Like, I'm calling in, I'm like, hey, I need 10 things from you, you know what I mean? Like, it could be overwhelming, but I think it's more of like, hey, I'm just trying to help you. Like, I don't shoot the messenger, you know what I mean? It's not me.
Yeah. Everybody that we talk to has always said like the ELOAs, like without you guys, like they don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I know I'm not maybe giving you the greatest answer on like what we do, because I'm like, we honestly everything, and whether that's a bad habit to create or not, I mean, I think it goes to show a lot, but yeah, everything. I think it's more of like letting them know like, I'm here for you, you know what I mean? And I always tell people too, like, I'm not here to force you or push you, like sometimes there is a time crunch and a time limit, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, let me push them in the nicest way possible. But I think really just showing your support for them. A lot of the veterans, they need help, they need help like getting their documents and stuff. And I get it. I wouldn't have documents from that long ago.
So it sounds like you have to be very emotionally in tune to kind of hear them, because you can't physically see how they feel. Did you just learn that through practice and just like repetition, or was that something that you can teach?
I don't think I ever taught that to anybody either, like all the people that I've trained. I think it's more of just like being a human, I wouldn't want to do a mortgage with somebody that was talking to me in a different way, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't like to give off that vibe,
Yeah, I mean, you're asking for very sensitive information in order to help change their lives or rectify a situation they put themselves in. So if you're not speaking to somebody in a calm, collected tone, I mean, I would hang up on you.
Right. I'm like, if I went to go buy a car and someone was, like disregarding what I was saying, and pushing me, I'd be like, I don't know about that.
Can you add anything to that of like what the IHL experience may be a little bit? Is it better?
I think that what sets us apart is that it's more like tight-knit, you know what I mean? And it's not so large. So like if we have something to present, like, okay, we could help this person, let me go ask management, or you know what I mean? And it's more of a possibility, versus just like so corporate that, nope, we don't do that.
I think it says a lot to the creativity of every single department at IHL that everybody's trying to find a creative solution, and it's not like they're reading from a script and they're saying, okay, and no, done. So,
right.
And same for you guys. You have to be willing to get screamed at and hope that guy calls back and says, dude, I'm so sorry for crashing out on you. I'm so sorry. But do you have like a proudest moment since becoming team lead? Which, by the way, congratulations. That's so exciting.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's great. I think the main thing would be like training people, sometimes I'm like second guess myself, and then I start talking out loud, like when I'm training people, and I'm like, okay, I do know my stuff.
Of course you
But
do.
I think just like really, you know, second guessing yourself and then training people,
Yes.
and then they're like kind of a reflection of you, and I'm like, wow, I mean, it's all them too. I'm not going to take 100% credit for it, but also I'm like, they listened to me.
They do. Yes, they do.
So it's nice. It's a good feeling. And like I said
Yeah.
earlier, we can have fun, and they respect that, and I feel like they don't take advantage of me, you know what I mean? Because
No.
I want to be a fun manager, but until you take advantage of it, that's where it stops.
Is there like a certain kind of respect that you guys have for one another in their craft? Because each of you do things differently, and you're going to manage and teach people to do things in their own way as well as your own.
They'll sit with me for a week, and then I'll be like, okay, well, maybe go sit with one of the other team leads.
Okay.
So I always tell them, like, take what resonates with you from each person and make it your own. I think that's what makes you your own person, you know what I mean? Because we're all different, and what works for me may not work for someone else. And you know what I mean? I'm a paper person. I write everything down, and the boys are like, no, you guys are crazy. And they're just, well, they have like a Excel sheet online, but I'm like, every time I click on Excel, the whole thing's gone, and then I hate, no, I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I think
Excel.
everybody's, everyone's different, but I think that it's cool to see people take things from each of us and make it their own. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. That's so. I would feel like a proud parent. I'd be like, oh my god, look at our child.
I know.
It's like a 26-year-old man.
I know. Sometimes they'll be like trying to get a document or something, and I hear them, and I'm like, oh, I taught them that.
Yay! I'm so proud of doing it. So you guys are getting about 5 to 6 LOs each, right?
Majority of people have, I would say, 5 minimum, and some people have 9.
9? How many do you have?
7.
7. So would you like to keep it at 7?
I don't know. I think I
Really?
want more.
No
Yeah.
way. Oh my gosh.
I've been thinking about it for a couple months, but I don't know. Some months are busier than others. You know what I mean? Like this month, I definitely could have not used another one. But like last month, I was like, I could have used another one. So it really just depends.
So what's been your busiest month this year?
Honestly, I think last month was one of my busiest
Really?
months.
Okay.
Yeah, but the other girls are beating me now, so I gotta get it together. And then last month, she beat me by 2 files.
By 2?
Yes, and let me tell you this, I had 2 that canceled at the closing table. So I was like, no.
Rude. Rude.
Honestly, rude.
Move on.
Yeah, but
That is
whatever.
But that is so amazing that you're working with people that are at the same level as you. At
Yeah.
least you're not like, I'm carrying this whole damn team on my back now,
Right.
sort of thing. So is it friendly competition? Is
Absolutely.
it like
Yeah,
dirty
and they're both
competition?
on my team. So
Oh, so
it's
even
great.
better.
Yeah, it's great. And I mean, we've always kind of competed, you know, since we worked together. We've all worked
Yeah.
together for so long. So we've always kind of competed, but I think they also have more bankers than me, you know what I mean? So
So you're like, there's more
I'm
coming
gonna
in for you,
I'm gonna give
honey.
myself credit there because I'm gonna say I'm keeping up with them.
Hell yeah.
I
Hell
have
yeah.
7.
That's
but
awesome.
no, I love it. I love the friendly competition. I mean, at the end of the day, obviously I care, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna be happy for them, and I think it's great, you know what I mean? But I like to have competition. It would be kind of boring if I was just like blowing them out of the water, you know what I mean? And didn't have, but I'm
For
not.
the months that I was already.
No, I'm not. They weren't here back then, you know what I mean? But I'm like, it's nice to like keep up with everybody and like actually have a friendly competition, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Do you see that kind of as motivation? It's like, all right, I got to show up. It's not like I can just walk in and this happens. Like, you still got to work for it. So.
Yeah,
Is
it does
that,
motivate me.
I don't know. Not redeeming. Does that make you feel like a sense of pride for yourself at the end of the day? Because you're busy day in, day out. I hope that you go home and you're like, oh, I did a great job today. So, or is it hard to remind yourself of that?
It's kind of hard to remind myself, honestly.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, there's just so much to do, you know? And then sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been going for so long, you know, and I still have so much to do. But then I'm like, okay, you know, when I think about it, I'm like, I did actually get a lot done, but there's still so much. But I've been trying to learn to give myself credit, you know.
Do you ever think back and look at yourself and be like, I actually talked to 3,000 people in the past 2 months? Or
I don't necessarily sit there and think about it, you know what I mean? But when I do think about it, the other day I had someone a termite guy. He was asking me about something, and I was like, oh, well, I'm calling from the mortgage company. He thought I was the borrower. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, okay, so I'm assuming that you've scheduled a termite inspection before. And I was like, yeah. And then we hung up and I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, millions. Probably. I'm like, you know how many termite companies have called in the past 4 years? But I have a guy in Nevada. He's a termite guy, and we're besties because he'll do anything for me in like the Las Vegas area. So he's cheap, he's cool, he gets it done. So now we're homies.
What's his name?
Kevin from Flatliners, shout out, honestly, I love him.
Bam, I love Kevin. Shout out, everybody. Those small little things are the things that gets me through my day. Is that the kind of thing that you look forward to, or are you looking for those, like, big numbers, or is it just really having a sense of purpose that you talk to somebody?
I enjoy my job.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be a banker, but then I'm like, I don't want to leave yet. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I actually like my job. I enjoy talking to these people. Like I said, they're great. They're so nice. It's nice to like talk to different people in different areas, different things. Like everyone's so different. Yeah, I want to be the number one, and I want to like go on the trips and do all this stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm going to support whoever wins anything because I'm like, I genuinely enjoy it. Now, maybe if I hated my job, I'd be a little bit more salty about it. But I'm like, I really don't. I'm not going to say don't care, but I'm like, you know what I mean? It doesn't bother you. Yeah, I genuinely enjoy it. Yeah, so I'm not ready to leave yet.
What would be your number one piece of advice for somebody that wants to be an ELOA?
Be eager and ambitious, and you can't be shy.
Can't be shy.
You can't be shy.
And what's the number one reason that they couldn't be shy?
You gotta get it. You know what I mean? Like, no one's gonna get it for you. So if they're waiting on you to get that payoff, like, you gotta get it. If you gotta jump through hoops, you gotta jump through those hoops.
Jump, babe. Jump.
Yeah. So awesome. I shouldn't say you can't be shy, but you know, I feel like it works better if you have that more outgoing personality. I will argue with whoever. It's usually not like the clients, but I'm like, I'll argue with whoever to get what I need.
Absolutely.
Because I know you have it. I mean, yeah, sometimes it feels good. Like, sometimes I will feel so defeated and just spend so much time and days, and then you get a fax, and I'll just jump up and I'm like, I got the fax. Like, we got it. There's some things that, like, we've never seen. You know what I mean? And as a team lead, they'll come to me, and I'm like, I've never seen that before. So it's more of like, you know, let's tell me what's going on so maybe I can help you. You know what I mean? And always somebody knows around here. I'm like, somebody knows. Women retain more information. I think it is a little empowering because I think that women get underestimated in any industry, especially when it's more of like a male-dominant industry. So I love to see the girls at the top because I'm like, you know, I think they underestimate, you know.